Modern life has created a unnatural separation between all of us as individuals and as a collective from nature. Technology has created a very tight and strong wall around us that separates us from nature. We travel in cars and planes and trains that give us the illusion of dominance and control. We view news and information through a small screen we hold in our hand. We communicate with people near and far away, not face to face very often, but through a device we hold in our hands. Don't get me wrong, science and technology has freed us from many of the burdens that our ancestors knew as a daily burden, but it has also given us the illusion, continually taught, daily taught, momently taught, that we are separate, that we are a dominant power over nature, that we are free and independent and above nature, but we are part of nature. We breathe the air, we drink the water, we get our nourishment from the fruits of the earth. We could not exist without nature for 1 second, and it has always been so. We share a very high percentage of our DNA with the species closest to us in the story of evolution. The false belief that we are somehow above and independent and free of nature has bred a dangerous hubris. Nature is not just a thing that we are dependent upon. It is our greatest spiritual resource. And by spiritual, I mean a process of seeking inner peace, internal coherence, by acquiring solid convictions of our meaning and purpose on this earth, and by being able to achieve civility and harmony and mutual benefit relationships. A deeper connection with nature is the cure for the modern malaise. And by modern malaise, I mean a feeling that society is in decline, a perception that many people are adrift and ripe for recruitment to radical causes, a pervasive mood of anxiety, a feeling that things are falling apart and cannot be put back together, a perception that the most base and irrational and disordered people in society are rising to places of power, the failure to see that environmental changes are happening, as they just recently happened in Western North Carolina with great effect, and connecting that to how human beings are living. The cure for the modern malaise is a return to what is real and important. And that path leads straight into a deeper connection with nature. Nature is a healer of the human spirit, as Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote in Nature. In the woods, he wrote, "We return to reason and faith. There I feel nothing can befall me in life, no disgrace, no calamity, which nature cannot repair." Nature is a constant and ever-patient teacher. In the seasons of nature, we see the great, ever-recurring drama of life, of which we are a part. Every season teaches us a lesson. Spring, the beginning of life. Summer, the festival of life in all its fullness. Fall reminds us of the inevitability of change. and of the transitions of life, winter gives us a time of rest, repose, a dying of the old things in preparation for the rebirth of spring. Nature teaches us the imperishable rhythms of life, as John Muir wrote. One is constantly reminded of the infinite lavishness and fertility of nature. We rejoice in the imperishable, unspendable wealth of the universe of which we are a part. Prentice Hiphill, writing in a recent book, What It Takes to Heal, reminds us that our bodies are part of nature and connect us to nature. Our bodies, she wrote, are a collection of living stories of where we have been and where we come from, a profound record of our ancestors' survival. An individual body, through its language, rhythms, needs, connects us to the body of our species, to the body of life around us, and to the great movement of life across time. Everything that is alive and present now encounters us in this moment of life, changing and renewed forever. Nature is not only our teacher, but evokes reverence, true reverence, and gratitude. As in the words of Don Crosby, nature is the inexhaustible, awe-inspiring, mysteriously creative matrix that is the source of all that is. And now Jeff will sing us a song about coming home.
Thank you, Reverend Ed, for reminding us of the cycles of life and of nature. In the pagan traditions, we call this the wheel of the year, and it moves in an ever curving spiral through time. So now we come together at this sacred season of Samhain, poised between summer and winter, between growth and rest, life and death and rebirth. We each embody our personal tree of life with roots that reach deep to our ancestors of family and of spirit, with a strong trunk of our own lived experience, and ever-growing branches and leaves of learning and exploration. Like the rest of the living world, our own tree of life follows the inner seasons of summer and winter, growth and rest, life and death and rebirth. Let us take a moment to reach deep into our ancestral roots, to feel the strength and stability of our trunk, to discover what is sustaining and in balance in our lives. Let us dwell for a moment on what could be more balanced than it has been lately. Look at the beautiful, colorful leaves outside our windows. Some are still green, still full of life. Others are just starting to turn colors, beginning their final change. And we know there are leaves on the ground, detached from the trees, no longer alive, but still full of possibility. We know these leaves, ground into the dirt and soaked in rain and snow through the winter, will turn into rich food for new plants in the spring. We know that from these dead leaves, new life will sprout. Today, we asked you to bring a leaf with you. Please hold that leaf in your hand now. If you don't have a leaf, you can use your imagination. If you're near the front, you can grab one from the altar. Spend a moment contemplating your leaf. Notice its color and shape. Feel its weight and texture. A tree let go of this leaf. It was necessary, a natural process for the tree. Letting go makes space for new growth. Is there something you need to let go of? Is there something that you need to set aside so that change can happen? An inner leaf you need to let fall? Spend a few moments thinking about something you could let go of. Using your imagination, pass the thing you want to let go of into your leaf. You can imagine writing or drawing on the leaf. You could imagine whispering to your leaf. Whatever works for you, just transfer that thing you're letting go of into your leaf. Now we will mulch the leaves, letting go of something and inviting new growth and change into the upcoming season. I invite you to bring your leaves to our mulch bins. There are baskets on either side, and lay them in the dirt. Together, we will mulch the physical leaves in our hands and the spiritual leaves of our hearts, creating new soil to nurture our souls and the gardens of this church as winter turns into spring. Please come down the side aisles to the baskets and return up the center aisle to your seat. Never-ending is the cycle. Blessed is the life of this community. We have let go and are open to new growth. Never-ending is the cycle. Blessed is the life of this community.